The lights of Atlanta's nightlife glittered like temptation itself. But nothing sparkled brighter or burned hotter than the latest revelation to shake the love and hip-hop world. Out of nowhere, Karlie dropped a truth bomb that has every fan, every cast member, and even Rasheeda herself gasping for air. According to Karlie, the marriage we all thought was the foundation of Rasheeda and Kirk Frost's empire wasn't what it seemed. Because, as Karlie claims, Rasheeda was never Kirk's first wife. Somewhere out there, hidden behind the years of cameras, contracts, and chaos, was another woman one the Frost family has allegedly tried to erase from memory. And now, that woman's name is finally out. When Karlie went live last night, she didn't waste time. Her tone was calm, but her words carried venom. "Y'all really think Rasheeda built that marriage from the ground up?" she said, eyes glinting like she'd been waiting for this moment her whole life. "Baby, she wasn't the first Mrs. Frost. Let's just say there's a woman out there who had that title long before Rasheeda ever did, and she's back to collect what's hers." Within seconds, comments flooded the stream. Fans were stunned. "What do you mean first wife?" One wrote, "You lying, Karlie?" Shouted another, but Karlie didn't flinch. "Lie. I got receipts," she whispered, flashing a sly smile before ending the live abruptly. And just like that, Atlanta exploded. By morning, every gossip blog from the Shade Room to Hollywood Unlocked was running the story. Photos of Kirk in his early music days resurfaced. Grainy shots of him with an unidentified woman wearing what looked suspiciously like a wedding ring. Could this be her, the real Mrs. Frost? Social media detectives went into overdrive, connecting dots, finding clues, and reviving old rumors that Kirk had once been married before his rise with Rasheeda. Some even claimed this mystery woman wasn't just a fling, but someone tied deep to his past business ventures, a woman who helped him launch his career, only to vanish once he found fame. Meanwhile, Rasheeda has gone silent. No posts, no stories, nothing but a few cryptic likes on her fan pages, one of which read, "Truth always comes out when people get desperate." And fans can't help but wonder, was that a response to Karlie? Or to Kirk? Because one thing is certain. This time, the Frost household might not survive the storm that's brewing. And as Atlanta buzzes with whispers, one question burns through the city like wildfire. Who is the mystery woman Karlie's talking about? And why has she decided to step out of the shadows now? Stay tuned, because this revelation may just destroy everything Rasheeda thought she built and expose secrets Kirk has buried for decades. It started the morning after Karlie's explosive live, when Atlanta still buzzed from the shock of her words. Fans were replaying the clip on loop, freezing frames, zooming in on her expression, and questioning every syllable. She wasn't the first Mrs. Frost, Karlie had said. And that single line had cracked open years of carefully crafted image. Rasheeda, the boss chick, the businesswoman, the loyal wife who had stuck by Kirk through every scandal. Suddenly, her story wasn't so perfect. And while social media churned, the Frost house in Buckhead was locked down tight. Neighbors said they saw Kirk leave early that morning, wearing a hoodie pulled low, avoiding eye contact. Rasheeda stayed inside, blinds drawn, her car parked exactly where it was the night before. Inside, the atmosphere was heavy. The silence between them had stretched so long it had shape. Kirk paced the living room, his phone buzzing nonstop. Every few minutes, he'd glance at the screen, sigh, and throw it back on the couch. "You see what she did?" he finally muttered. "Karlie's always been messy, but this is low." Rasheeda didn't look up. She was sitting by the window, scrolling through her phone, reading the avalanche of fan reactions. "She said you had a wife before me," she said quietly. "Tell me she's lying." Kirk hesitated, rubbing his face. "Rasheeda, you know how people talk. I had relationships before you, but marriage, come on." She turned her head slowly, eyes narrowing. "Then why's there a photo of you in a tux standing next to some woman in a white dress?" He froze. For a split second, the air changed. "That's old. It's nothing," he said, too quickly. But Rasheeda had already seen the photo. It wasn't just floating around. Online, it had been sent directly to her DM from an account called The Real Mrs. Frost. The message read, "You've been living my life for years. Time to give it back." Her hands trembled when she showed it to him. "Tell me what this is, Kirk, now." He looked at the phone, swallowed, and sat down heavily. "Her name was Denise," he said at last. "It was a long time ago, before you, before everything. We got married young, real young. It didn't last." Rasheeda blinked. "You never told me you were married before." Kirk looked away, because it didn't matter anymore. "She left. I thought she was gone for good." But Denise wasn't gone. Hours after that tense exchange, she surfaced on Instagram Live. Her profile had barely any followers before that morning, but within minutes of her going live, thousands poured in. She sat in what looked like a small apartment, her voice calm but steady. "I didn't come here for drama," she began, "but I need people to know the truth. I was Kirk's first wife. We married in 1995, before his name meant anything. I helped him build his label. I even co-signed loans when he couldn't get approved. Then, one day, he disappeared. No goodbye, no divorce papers, nothing." Comments flooded in, people typing in disbelief. "Where are the receipts? This can't be real." Denise leaned forward, holding up a stack of old photos and a folded document. Marriage certificate, dated May 23, 1995. Signed by Kirk Frost himself. The internet caught fire. Fans started tagging Rasheeda's business pages, her boutiques, her music posts, demanding answers. How could she not know? One wrote, "This man's been lying for decades." By afternoon, Karlie posted a cryptic story showing a glass of champagne and the caption, "Some people finally telling the truth." It was pure gasoline on the fire. Meanwhile, Rasheeda's phone kept lighting up with messages from friends and castmates. Erica Dixon texted, "Girl, don't let this mess break you." Mimi Faust called twice, then sent a voice note. "She's not playing Sheeta. She's showing papers. You better get ahead of this before VH1 does." Rasheeda took a deep breath and decided to confront it head. That night, she went live. Her face was composed, makeup perfect, but her voice carried the weight of disbelief. "I've seen what's going around," she began. "I don't know who this woman is or why she's doing this now, but I'm standing by my husband." People love to tear down what they didn't build. The comments exploded. Some supported her, some doubted her. One viewer wrote, "So you defending him again?" Another said, "Love you, but this story not adding up." Within minutes, the live hit over 200,000 views. But even as Rasheeda tried to sound strong, her eyes told a different story. Behind the scenes, producers from Love and Hip Hop Atlanta were already calling. The network smelled ratings gold. A source claimed they wanted to bring Denise onto the next reunion episode. "We can't confirm or deny," one insider said, "but if she's real, this could change everything." Kirk, on the other hand, was spiraling. His phone was blowing up with old contacts, people from his early days who remembered Denise. One of them even leaked an old voicemail of Kirk saying, "Baby, I promise I'll be back once I get this deal done." The clip hit the blogs by morning, and fans went wild. In a desperate attempt to regain control, Kirk met with Karlie at a quiet lounge on Edgewood Avenue. Witnesses said they argued for nearly an hour. One server described Kirk's tone as defensive but scared. Karlie, always composed, leaned in across the table and said something that made him freeze. "She still has the ring, Kirk. And guess what? She ain't selling it. She's keeping it till you admit the truth." He slammed his glass down, muttering something about people trying to ruin his legacy, then stormed out before the check arrived. By the time he reached home, paparazzi were already waiting outside. Inside the house, Rasheeda was sitting in the kitchen, watching a replay of Denise's live. She didn't look up when Kirk walked in. "You told me she left," she said quietly. "But she didn't, did she?" Kirk rubbed the back of his neck. "Rasheeda, listen. I thought it was over. I was young, stupid. She walked away, said she didn't want this life. Then why's she got proof?" "Kirk," Rasheeda asked, her voice shaking, "why's her name still on your old business paperwork?" He froze again. He had no answer. The silence between them stretched until the only sound was the hum of the refrigerator. Finally, Rasheeda stood, her voice steady now. "I stood by you through every scandal, every rumor, every lie. But if this one's true, I can't do it anymore." Outside, Atlanta's night air was thick and restless. Blogs updated every minute. Fans were split between loyalty and outrage. Some said Denise was lying for clout, others swore she looked too calm to be faking. And as the chaos unfolded online, a single photo surfaced that turned everything upside down again. Denise, standing next to a young Rasheeda at a local music showcase in 2001, both smiling, both unaware of what the future held. The caption under the post simply read, "Funny how life brings emergency shoots, ready to capture every tear, every confrontation, every confession." Atlanta wasn't just watching anymore, they were living for the next move. Because deep down, everyone knew this wasn't the end. This was just the beginning of the storm that would finally break the Frost empire wide open. The morning after that tense kitchen confrontation, Atlanta woke to a new level of chaos. Social media was ablaze, with hashtags like #RealMrsFrost and #KirkSecrets trending worldwide. Fans dissected every frame of Denise's live, every old photo, Every subtle glance Kirk had ever made toward Rasheeda, searching for proof of a long-buried past. Memes and reaction videos flooded timelines, some mocking, some sympathetic. Every comment section became a battlefield of loyalty and disbelief. Meanwhile, inside the Frost household, silence had become unbearable. Kirk paced the living room, his phone buzzing non-stop, while Rasheeda sat on the couch, scrolling through screenshots and DM messages. The tension reached its peak when Rasheeda's sister called, her voice trembling over the phone. "Shetta girl, I don't know what to say. This Denise lady is showing everything. You gotta get ahead of this before it blows up even more." Rasheeda exhaled slowly. "I've seen the documents, the pictures, everything. I need to know why now. Why come back after all these years?" Kirk shook his head, running a hand through his hair. "Rasheeda, you know how the streets work. Rumors like this have a way of resurfacing. Denise, she's probably looking for her 15 minutes. But Rasheeda didn't buy it. There was something in the way Denise carried herself, calm, calculated, unbothered by the storm she had caused, that unsettled her. The Frost family was divided. Kirk's mother refused to comment, but family friends said she was shocked and disappointed in Kirk for letting this secret fester. Erica Dixon posted subtle hints on social media, a single-word caption under a blurry photo, "Truth." Mimi Faust called Rasheeda late at night. "Sheeda, baby, don't let anyone make you feel small. This woman Denise might have history with him, but she can't erase what you've built. Remember that." But reassurance did little to soothe the storm in Rasheeda's mind. By afternoon, Denise had scheduled another live session. This time, she brought receipts, documents, and old voicemails. Her calm voice contrasted with the chaos she'd ignited. "I didn't come to destroy anyone," she said. "I came to be heard. I was Kirk's first wife, yes, but I also want closure. I have nothing but proof. Marriage certificate, early business agreements, even personal letters he wrote me during our time together." Viewers watched in disbelief as she held up paper after paper. Comments ranged from supportive to accusatory. "She's crazy. This is proof. Why now?" All while Atlanta's gossip machine went into overdrive. Karlie read, watching from her mansion, smiled knowingly. She had ignited the fuse, and now the explosion was undeniable. She posted a story with the caption, "Some truths are just too big to hide." Her influence was undeniable. Fans tagged her everywhere, asking how she knew, praising her courage, criticizing her audacity. But the real tension brewed inside the Frost home. Kirk felt cornered, trapped between past decisions and present loyalty. Rasheeda, though composed on the outside, wrestled with a storm of emotions. Betrayal, anger, sadness, confusion, it all churned inside her. The drama escalated when a private investigator released information that added another layer to the mystery. According to sources, Denise had maintained a close relationship with some of Kirk's early business partners. She had been instrumental in helping him sign contracts, secure venues, and even manage early music promotions. If true, this wasn't just a personal revelation. It was a professional one that could rewrite the history of Kirk Frost's rise to fame. Fans speculated endlessly. Was Rasheeda aware of this past partnership? Had Kirk hidden more than just a marriage? Questions piled upon questions, each more explosive than the last. At a private meeting that evening, Kirk tried to negotiate with Denise. They met at a quiet lounge off Edgewood Avenue, away from cameras but not from the rumors that already swirled. Witnesses described Kirk's demeanor as tense, defensive, almost pleading. "Denise, please, let this go," he said. "This is my life now. Rasheeda, she's my wife. We've built everything together." Denise, calm and unwavering, responded, "Kirk, it's not about taking anything from anyone. It's about truth. You married me first. I deserve acknowledgement. That's all." The confrontation escalated quickly. Voices were raised, past grievances aired, and accusations flew. Kirk admitted mistakes he had long buried, and Denise didn't hesitate to call him out on inconsistencies and lies. Though no physical altercation occurred, the tension was palpable. A charged energy that seemed almost tangible to everyone present. By the time Kirk left, he looked exhausted, defeated even. While Denise walked out with her head held high, leaving a trail of questions in her wake. Back at home, Rasheeda confronted Kirk again. "So you admit it now? She's real. You were married?" she asked, her voice tight with emotion. Kirk nodded. "Finally, yes, but it was long ago. It didn't mean anything. I never wanted to hurt you." Rasheeda shook her head. "Kirk, this isn't just about me. It's about everyone who believed in us. Fans, family, everyone. And now, the truth is out." She felt anger and heartbreak, but also a strange sense of clarity. The foundation of her life had been shaken, but she knew she had to process it, to confront reality head on. The following day, Atlanta's gossip blogs published leaks from the meeting. Insider accounts described Kirk's nervous gestures, Denise's calm composure. Fans interpreted it as courage, determination, or defiance. Meanwhile, Rasheeda's following grew rapidly, fueled by sympathy and intrigue. Every post she made garnered thousands of comments, many expressing support, others questioning how much she truly knew. Kirk, caught in the middle, faced mounting pressure from fans, family, and business associates. The web of past and present intertwined, making it nearly impossible to predict what would happen next. And so the stage was set. Atlanta was captivated. The Frost household fractured, and the past refused to stay buried. Each day brought new developments, each revelation sparked fresh debates, and the tension between Kirk, Rasheeda, and Denise grew ever more intense. The city held its breath, knowing that every message, every post, every glance could ignite another explosion. The drama was far from over, it had only just begun. The lines between love, loyalty, and truth blurred, leaving fans desperate for the next move. And the Frost Empire teetering on the edge of a storm that promised to change everything. The following week, the city of Atlanta seemed almost consumed by the Frost saga. Every brunch, every nightclub, every social media post referenced the drama. Fans weren't just watching, they were living it. Rumors ran wild, and the lines between truth and speculation blurred. Inside the Frost household, tension had become a permanent resident. Kirk had retreated to the home office, headphones on, pacing while making calls that seemed to go nowhere. Rasheeda occupied the living room, her laptop open, reading through every comment, every blog post, trying to gauge public sentiment. She felt like she was walking a tightrope, balancing between protecting her reputation and confronting the reality that had erupted before her eyes. Denise, on the other hand, had gone fully public. Her socials were on fire. She shared old letters, childhood photos of her and Kirk, and even screenshots of early text conversations. Fans analyzed them, some praising her honesty, others doubting her motives. She remained composed, her tone even, almost unnervingly calm in the face of escalating chaos. One of her videos had her saying, "I'm not here to destroy anyone, but the past deserves to be acknowledged. Kirk and I shared a life before Rasheeda, and it's time that's recognized." Viewers debated endlessly, was she vindictive, or simply seeking closure? Meanwhile, Karlie watched the storm grow, occasionally posting cryptic stories that seemed to fan the flames without revealing any new information. Inside the Frost mansion, the couple attempted a tense dialogue. Rasheeda confronted Kirk yet again, her eyes sharp. The past isn't gone. It's here, staring us in the face. And now everyone else knows it too. It doesn't matter what you thought, it matters what actually happened. The air between them was thick with emotion, a cocktail of anger, betrayal, and sorrow. Meanwhile, the fallout extended beyond the house. Producers and cast members from Love and Hip Hop Atlanta began reaching out, eager to capitalize on the storm. An insider claimed that executives were discussing bringing Denise onto the next reunion episode, framing it as the untold story of Kirk Frost. Fans speculated non-stop. Social media became a war zone with supporters of Rasheeda, Kirk, and Denise trading accusations and theories. Hashtags exploded, including hashtag Team RASHEEDA, hashtag Team Denise, and hashtag Kirk Exposed. Everyone had an opinion, and everyone wanted to be heard. The drama intensified when an anonymous source leaked a voicemail, allegedly from Kirk, to Denise, recorded years ago. In it, Kirk sounded young, desperate, and ambitious, promising Denise the world while he pursued his dreams. "I'll come back to you, I swear," he said. The clip went viral instantly. Fans dissected every word, debating whether it was proof of love, manipulation, or both. Rasheeda's response was measured but tense. She posted a story reading, "The truth is complicated," hinting at the inner conflict she faced while the public frenzy raged around her. Denise remained a constant presence online, strategically controlling the narrative. She released short clips of documents, letters, and photos with captions that left viewers questioning Kirk's transparency. "I'm not asking for anything beyond acknowledgement," one clip said. "Just the truth." Fans dissected her, every post, sometimes siding with her, sometimes questioning her timing. Social media detectives pored over years of Kirk's history, connecting dots from business partnerships, past girlfriends, and old photographs. Atlanta's gossip engine roared at full speed. Inside the Frost mansion, private conversations grew tense. Kirk attempted to reassure Rasheeda, but every word seemed to dig a deeper hole. Rasheeda, I didn't hide this to hurt you. Denise is from a long time ago. It's in the past, he said. Rasheeda looked at him, her eyes steady, voice unwavering. Kirk, the past doesn't vanish just because you want it to. She has proof. The world has proof, and I'm left wondering what else you've kept from me. Kirk's shoulders slumped. The weight of years of secrets pressed down on him. The social media frenzy only intensified when a local paparazzi captured Kirk leaving a meeting with Denise. The expressions on their faces caught mid-conversation. Photos showed tension, disbelief, and a strange familiarity that suggested history. Fans speculated wildly, was it reconciliation, negotiation, or confrontation? Blogs ran headlines claiming everything from Kirk Frost faces past to Rasheeda's empire at risk. The city itself seemed gripped, every celebrity comment, every repost adding fuel to the fire. By the end of the week, the Frost household was under siege from all sides. Family members, friends, and fans weighed in constantly. Rasheeda tried to maintain composure publicly, while Kirk retreated more into himself, sometimes leaving for long drives to clear his mind. Denise continued her strategic release of information, never fully revealing her intentions but keeping everyone on edge. Atlanta waited with bated breath for the next move. The narrative had become larger than any single individual, transforming into a full-blown spectacle that no one could ignore. The lines between loyalty, truth, and deception blurred with every passing day, leaving fans desperate for resolution, yet knowing that each revelation only created more questions. As the next week unfolded, the Frost saga escalated to levels even the most obsessed fans hadn't anticipated. Denise's presence had shifted from a background rumor to the center of a media storm, and Atlanta was fully gripped. Morning radio shows, entertainment podcasts, and local news outlets were running segments dissecting every detail of Kirk's past, every document Denise shared, and every reaction Rasheeda had posted. Hashtags like #FrostFamilySecrets and #DeniseExposed dominated trending topics. Memes circulated depicting Kirk looking nervous, Rasheeda staring into the distance, and Denise holding stacks of papers with captions like "Proof, don't lie." The frenzy wasn't just online. It spilled into real life, with paparazzi staking out both Frost residences and filming any glimpse of the trio interacting. Inside the Frost mansion, tension was now almost tangible. Kirk paced endlessly in the living room, muttering under his breath, replaying conversations from the week and anticipating what Denise might release next. Rasheeda, though outwardly composed, was visibly affected. She spent hours on the balcony, scrolling through social media, reading comments, and watching live streams of Denise, analyzing every word and gesture. Kirk, she finally said one evening, her voice calm but steely, we need to decide what to do. This isn't just between us anymore. The world is watching, and if we don't act, someone else will control the narrative. Kirk rubbed his temples, the exhaustion written on his face. Rasheeda, I don't know what to do. Every move we make seems to make it worse. She's relentless. Meanwhile, Denise continued her calculated campaign. She released short video clips of old voicemails, photos of young Kirk, and documents that appeared to show joint business ventures. Her tone was calm, almost clinical, letting the evidence speak for itself. Fans analyzed every post, many expressing shock, others admiration for her courage. She's telling the truth, one user wrote. Kirk can't argue with proof. Yet another commented, Rasheeda, girl, stay strong. He's been hiding this for too long. Social media had become a battlefield, every comment section filled with debates, speculations, and theories about the past, present, and possible future of the Frost Empire. The tension inside the household reached a boiling point when Kirk received a call from an old business associate who had witnessed part of his past with Denise. The conversation, brief but intense, was leaked to a gossip blog within hours. The insider confirmed that Denise had indeed been instrumental in Kirk's early career, helping him sign contracts, arrange shows, and even manage finances. The revelation sent shockwaves through the fanbase. Questions emerged. Had Rasheeda known? Had Kirk intentionally hidden Denise's contributions? The city buzzed with speculation, and the pressure on the couple intensified. In a private moment that evening, Rasheeda confronted Kirk again. Why? Didn't you tell me about her contributions? Everything she's showing? You let the world believe it was all you. Kirk sighed heavily. I thought it was the past. It didn't matter anymore. I never wanted to diminish you or your role, but yes. She helped me when no one else would. I didn't think it mattered to tell you." Rasheeda's eyes flashed with anger and hurt. "It matters, Kirk. It matters because it shapes everything. Our story isn't just about us anymore, it's about truth. And truth is messy." As if the drama needed more fuel, a new twist emerged when a former mutual friend of Kirk and Denise released old emails showing detailed planning of early music tours, venue bookings, and even personal disagreements between the two. The emails painted a picture of a complicated relationship, one that involved love, ambition, and betrayal. Fans dissected every word, trying to determine whether Kirk had wronged Denise or vice versa. Social media exploded, with debates lasting hours, and blogs running headlines like "Kirk Frost's past exposed," "Denise tells all," and "Rasheeda faces hidden truths." Karlie remained a shadowy figure in the background, occasionally posting cryptic stories that kept the narrative alive. She had ignited the fire, and she seemed content to watch it burn. Meanwhile, Denise scheduled another live session, this time inviting questions from fans. The live lasted over an hour, and she answered every question with composure, sometimes offering snippets of proof without revealing everything. Viewers were enthralled, watching the drama unfold in real time. The combination of past evidence, present tension, and social media frenzy created a spectacle unlike anything Atlanta had seen in years. Inside the Frost home, the stress was palpable. Family members weighed in, casting judgment and offering advice. Friends called, some trying to mediate, others fueling the fire. Rasheeda tried to maintain a composed public image, while processing private emotions that ranged from anger to heartbreak to betrayal. Kirk oscillated between defensiveness, guilt, and desperation, knowing that each misstep could be magnified online. The trio's lives had become a non-stop roller coaster, with no clear resolution in sight. As the days passed, Atlanta continued to hold its breath. Every movement, every post, every statement was analyzed, dissected, and debated. The Frost Empire, once a symbol of stability and power in the reality TV world, was now teetering on the edge, held hostage by the secrets of the past. The city, the fans, and the media all watched, wondering what the next revelation would bring, and how the complicated web of love, loyalty, and truth would finally untangle. The story wasn't slowing down, it was accelerating, each twist and turn more shocking than the last, leaving everyone desperate for the next chapter in the Frost saga. By midweek, the Frost saga had reached a fever pitch. Atlanta's streets seemed alive with whispers, every corner buzzing with speculation. Fans were no longer content with just social media updates, they were tracking every move, scanning public appearances, and analyzing every photo for clues. The tension had become almost performative, each interaction between Kirk, Rasheeda, and Denise dissected and amplified across blogs, podcasts, and talk shows. The city itself felt like a stage, with everyone waiting for the next dramatic act to unfold. Inside the Frost mansion, the atmosphere was heavy with unspoken words. Kirk sat in his study, reviewing old documents, voicemails, and photos Denise had released. He ran a hand through his hair repeatedly, muttering under his breath, clearly stressed and exhausted. Rasheeda, meanwhile, had taken to pacing the balcony, phone in hand, analyzing fan reactions and preparing herself for another public statement. The air was thick with tension, each glance, each sigh, and each step laden with emotional weight. "Kirk," she said at last, turning sharply, "we can't keep avoiding this. The past isn't going away, and neither is she. We need a plan." Kirk looked up, his face tense. "Rasheeda, what plan? Every move we make seems to make it worse. Denise isn't backing down, and the public won't stop speculating." Denise, maintaining her composed and calculated approach, had scheduled another live session. This time, she presented never-before-seen documents and shared more photos from their early days. The evidence was meticulous: contracts, letters, and even a wedding invitation that bore Kirk's name alongside hers, all meticulously timestamped. Her calm, measured tone contrasted sharply with the chaos she had unleashed, and fans were riveted. Social media exploded with reactions ranging from shock to admiration, with viewers praising her for courage and transparency. "She's showing the receipts," one fan wrote. "There's no way Kirk can argue with that." The situation escalated further when an old friend of Kirk's released a series of voicemails that chronicled his relationship with Denise before Rasheeda. In one voicemail, Kirk's voice was youthful, desperate, and ambitious, promising Denise that he would return to her once his career took off. The clip spread like wildfire, sparking debates online about whether Kirk had been manipulative or genuinely overwhelmed by ambition. Fans dissected every word, comparing it to current statements, looking for inconsistencies. Rasheeda's response was measured but tense. She posted a story captioned, "Truth is complicated," hinting at the internal conflict she faced while the public frenzy intensified. Inside the mansion, Kirk attempted to reconcile the situation privately. He sat down with Rasheeda in the living room, trying to explain himself. "Rasheeda, I never wanted this to come out this way. Denise is from my past, not my present. You are my wife, my partner, my everything," he said, his voice heavy with guilt. Rasheeda looked at him, her eyes sharp and unwavering. "Kirk, the past is here. It's not just a story anymore, it's evidence. People are watching, judging, and reacting. And I'm left questioning everything." The tension between them was palpable, a cocktail of betrayal, anger, and lingering love that seemed impossible to untangle. Meanwhile, Denise maintained her strategic approach. She released clips and documents in measured doses, keeping fans engaged while never fully revealing her intentions. Social media became a war zone of opinions, debates, and speculation. Some sided with Denise, some with Rasheeda, and some condemned Kirk for hiding the truth. Blogs ran headlines like "Kirk Frost's hidden past exposed" and "Rasheeda faces shocking revelation." Fueling the frenzy, fans analyzed every gesture, every post, every interview, trying to predict the next move in a drama that seemed larger than life. Inside the mansion, the emotional toll was mounting. Rasheeda tried to maintain a composed public image, posting polished photos and carefully worded captions, while privately grappling with feelings of betrayal, hurt, and confusion. Kirk oscillated between defensiveness, guilt, and desperation, knowing that every action could be scrutinized and misinterpreted. The couple's private life had become a public spectacle, with no clear way to regain control. As the week progressed, a new twist emerged. A leaked email suggested that Denise had continued to play a role in Kirk's early career, providing advice and support even after their separation. Fans speculated wildly about the implications. Had Rasheeda known? Had Kirk intentionally hidden more than just a marriage? Social media buzzed with theories, every post analyzed and debated. Atlanta was captivated, unable to look away from the unfolding drama. The Frost Empire, once a symbol of power and stability, now teetered on the edge. Family dynamics, fan loyalties, and public perception intertwined in a complex web of tension and speculation. Every move, every post, every revelation added fuel to the fire. The city waited with bated breath for the next chapter, knowing that each twist would be more shocking than the last. The drama was far from over, and the Frost household remained at the center of a storm that showed no signs of abating. So here we are, standing at the edge of a storm that's bigger than anyone could have imagined, watching as the Frost family's world unravels right before our eyes. You've seen the drama, the revelations, the secrets that Kirk Frost tried to keep buried for decades, and the courage of Denise, stepping forward to demand acknowledgement of her place in history. You've watched Rasheeda, composed yet visibly shaken, trying to maintain control while the past she never knew about surfaces in the most public way imaginable. And now, you're left asking yourself the question everyone in Atlanta and the world is asking: what happens next? Will the Frost Empire survive this onslaught of truth? Or is everything Rasheeda and Kirk built about to crumble under the weight of secrets and lies? This is where you come in. We want to hear your thoughts, your theories, and your opinions. Do you believe Denise is telling the truth? Or is there more to the story than meets the eye? Could Kirk and Rasheeda reconcile after everything that's been revealed? Or is this the beginning of a permanent fracture in their relationship? Maybe you have insight, a theory, or even a bold prediction about what will happen in the coming days. Drop your comments below and let your voice be heard. Every opinion matters, and the community of fans is watching, waiting, and debating just as passionately as you are. And while you're thinking about that, make sure you hit the like button. Every like tells us you're engaged, that you want more content breaking down the latest developments in the Frost drama. It also helps the video reach more people who are just as obsessed with uncovering the truth, just as invested in the fallout, and just as hungry for updates as you are. When you like this video, you become part of a movement, part of a collective that refuses to sit quietly while secrets are exposed. Emotions run high, and the Frost family's empire faces the ultimate test. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Subscribing ensures you'll get every update, every shocking twist, and every exclusive insight as this story continues to unfold. From behind the scenes, revelations to unexpected appearances, from explosive social media leaks to private confrontations captured for the first time. Subscribing guarantees you won't miss a single moment of the drama. Join the thousands of fans already following the channel. People who are just as invested in this saga and who thrive on staying ahead of the curve, knowing everything before anyone else. Share this video with friends who live for reality TV drama, who can't get enough of celebrity secrets, or who just love seeing the unexpected unravel. Every share helps the story reach more eyes, more ears, more people who want to witness the unraveling of the Frost Empire in real time. It's not just a video, it's a community, a conversation, a front row seat to a story that could define the careers, reputations, and personal lives of everyone involved. Sharing your thoughts and sharing this video keeps the momentum alive, fuels the conversation, and ensures you're part of the discussion that's dominating social media and gossip forums everywhere. And finally, keep your notifications on. This story is still unfolding, and new developments could drop at any moment. Denise might reveal more proof. Kirk and Rasheeda might finally speak publicly about the revelations, or new twists could surface that nobody saw coming. With notifications enabled, you'll be the first to know, the first to react, and the first to analyze each shocking turn. This isn't just entertainment, it's an evolving story that demands attention, and staying informed means staying part of the conversation as it happens. So now, it's over to you. Comment, like, subscribe, share, and turn on notifications. Tell us what you think about Denise stepping forward, Kirk's secrets, and Rasheeda's response. Let your voice be heard, because in a story this explosive, every opinion counts. Stay tuned, stay engaged, and most importantly, stay ready for the next jaw-dropping chapter in the Frost saga. This is more than drama, it's a spectacle, and you're at the center of it all.